which is from my mother, and just a little backstory on it. My mother owned a house up in the High Sierra with her family. Her family owned it, and her mother died of cancer, and closely after, my grandfather sold the house with all her belongings inside. And it still sits up there, sort of like a nice museum, and my mom can go in and see all of her mother's stuff, and she can't touch it. So I wrote a poem about what that feels like. I went and I sat in front of the house and I wrote this. It's called Croak. He sold it, out from under his overhead, where the hawk circled in dollar signs around his grieving, earthly duration. A house where his youngest daughter, with seashell-perfect knees, sifted through juniper's blood in High Sierra soil with Bobby Eastwood, because you see, frankincense would keep the age away, keep the deterioration of softball field eyes, and autumn aspen pin curls away. He built it with concert violinist arms, with a posse of philharmonic nails, where his wife and 3 daughters grew up, summersome and bold like shades of teal, where the wolf dog Joshua nuzzled the little sisters onto the dock, screaming and laughing and overboard into the lake just so he could jump in and save them. The youngest was one of 4 female walls that kept him upright. But house haunted, over time and over with, house watched as mother went back to the trees, back to the cedar vaults of the rich soil, back to the big secrets of small creatures. Cancer had gotten the rise, out of her a black balloon into the night sky. Fallopian tubes like cold, wet socks hung on the blood clothesline within her body, and so he sold it. With every ounce of her still inside, with the afterthought of her final blink floating on the underbelly of the roof like smoke, with the wolf dog out back, fetching his own bones and a grave marked by remembrance only. He wouldn't hear it, as the youngest daughter cried, begged him not to. The lake spit against his trousers, and the aspens coin-flipped their silver-green leaves in the sun. Heads he'd break her heart, tails he'd just slice it wide open, so he broke it, and he broke it like the neck of her guitar, broke the spirit out of it, broke the croak from which his daughter's sobs swum and his wife's life had become. So it's been sold 30 years or more. A magnificent museum of the white mother. All her furniture like organs resting silently inside untouched. Daughter all grown, returned to the Kelly green trim, green in the face, to look in on the corpse of cabins. Daughter beat the frogs from her chest, moving to each window, restraining grief, each silent movie of her life repeating hell. Carson's peaks hit the sun. Spiders crawled back up into the house of secrets where she longed to sit. Nothing wants to see her, see it, wanted to meet her eyes, meeting her worst fear. Her mother's yellow sitting chair by the back window. The dark brown wood kitchen floor scuffed by whizzing memories forever flying by. Plates cracked, the odds she'll ever get the place back, forever stacked. A widowed dining room table with chairs bowed in silence. An unmistakable fingerprint hiding behind a coat. A blanket neatly folded by newer hands, once clutched on a deathbed like a body bag. Stairs leading down into a tireless vehicle of her revving past. A carpet on the living room floor, playing dead, and across it ran a child, naked to the unseen side room, with her seashell-perfect hands clapping, "Moo, it's home!" And like a cue, through the ceiling slowly seeps mother's bunny-eyed face under a bun pulled tight, sagging into the drapes and slipping down the spatula, right up to the window, to her 60-year-old daughter's face, staring back with bubbles in her eyes. Mother fogs the window with a solemn breath and, with a famous finger, draws the word home on the glass that, within a series of moments, like the house, like the one who sold it, like the wolf dog, like her ghost, like Bobby Eastwood, is gone.